Hi everyone, today on my bench I've got another MSI MAG B550 Tomahawk. We have already fixed this model in one of our previous videos.
I have deja vu a lot. I mean, like all the time.
For those who haven't seen it, I will put a link at the top of the right corner to that epic quick repair. There were several knocked off components near SIO, which prevented it from booting. So let's see what surprises this one has for us. Let's follow to the resistance measurement process in order to try to power it on. At first glance, there are no obvious signs of damage, except for the PCI Express clip, which look just missing, not damaged, but we will see under the microscope. I just want to remove M2 heatsinks, which as usual covers many SMD components of the board. It shouldn't take long. So let's find a nice ground over here. In 3 volts we have kilo ohms, 5 volts normal, 12 kilo ohms normal, 5 VSB, 3.1 kilo ohms, nice, minus 12 volts. We can go in and try to power it on. Okay, let's try to power it on. And you know what? We have 256 milliamps, which is actually normal. And let's try to push the power button. And we have LED illuminated for the CPU. And it's just 1.6 amps. And nothing really happens. Huh. That's interesting. I guess there may be a bias problem, and we have it hit a little bit, not too much. Oh, you know what? I forgot the silicone. Let's try to put it here as well. Try again. Power on. 258 milliamps. Pressing power button. CPU LED here, and we have steady 1.6 amps of current consumption. That's interesting. Let's look at the board under the microscope. The bias chip looks like it's been pulled off and soldered back before. You can tell by the uneven solder on the pins. Other than that, the rest of the board looks pretty clean. Nothing else really stands out to me. I went ahead and removed the PCH heatsink to take a look underneath, just to see if there's anything going on in that area of the board. The resistance on the hub power line came in at about 20 ohms, which is perfectly normal, so nothing suspicious here. Since I didn't find anything unusual, I went ahead and powered it on to start checking the voltages. That's usually the best way to see what's really happening on the board. I guess I need a heatsink here. Let's measure voltages. What do we have here? We have 1.2, 1.02 volts. That's good. 5 volts. 5 volts here. Looks normal. What about if we'll measure on these coils? Will we have anything here? 2.5 volts. So this is a memory voltage. Okay. 1.77. So almost 1.8 volts. It's kind of low. Okay. The next one here. Yes, that's. Wow. What is this? The minus 6.5 volts. Minus 8 volts.
What the hell?
Okay, so there's no problem. I forgot that I should measure the voltage on the coils from the side which goes after the PWM. So I will show you now. I have an oscilloscope here. So if I will measure the voltage, well, let's power it on. Okay, we have powered it on. Now let's try to measure voltage over here. You see what we have? We have PWM signal. And from that side of the coil, I have a normal 0.9 or whatever volts. So this is perfectly fine. There's no problem here. The same as if you will look at, for example, 2.5 volts coil. On that side, you got a PWM signal, which will not be measured correctly using the multimeter. And right here, you will have filtered signal. What should be here? Okay, so the only thing that comes to my mind right now is just it could be because of the bias. Usually when a board gets stuck during the startup sequence, it's because of a corrupted BIOS. Once all the power rails are up and stable, the CPU, the hub, and other controllers should go through the steps programmed in the firmware. Things like checking for memory, making sure the RAM is in right slot, detecting video output, and so on. So I decided to pull the BIOS chip off the board and read it with the programmer to see what's actually written there. Either way, I'm going to flash a fresh firmware onto this board and then test for power on again. That should tell us right away if the BIOS was the real culprit. There's definitely a corrupted BIOS. Like there is nothing in.
That is brand new information!
Almost 90% of the BIOS, and only at the end there's something. Okay, let's flash a new one. Oh wow, 5 amps. Okay, here we have a pause screen. It's important, VGA. You need to go to boot now. And just VGA. Boot. Okay, we have boot. Do we have a pause screen? And we have a pause screen. Yes. Finally. So that the journey this board went through, from being stuck in the startup sequence to finally coming back alive with a fresh BIOS. It's always satisfying to see board power up again after digging into the root cause. If you enjoyed this repair, don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you're curious about the tools I use here on the bench, check out the links in the description, they really help support the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next repair. See ya!